where we start slinging some cards. I guess that's it. One thing I want to mention is, and you've probably seen it on a tarot forum. I think maybe it was, I'm not sure which tarot forum it was on Facebook, but I saw it mentioned that I guess a psychotherapist or psychologist or psychiatrist, I'm not sure which, announced that tarot has been approved as therapy in legitimate circles. Now, you know, we've only been reading the cards, and I say we as the generations of people since like the 1400s, probably. I'm guessing since the 1400s that people have been interpreting these cards. So there's like 600 years of history behind it, you know, and now it's going to be legitimate. But only if you're a psychotherapist. Kind of annoys me a little bit because, you know, unless they're tarot readers already, just because they're psychotherapists doesn't mean they're going to be good interpreters of the cards. So we'll see how that turns out. But, you know, there's plenty of tarot channels for the psychotherapists to learn from. And I just hope it doesn't leave us in the dark, you know, as being, you know, unworthy because we don't have psychotherapy credentials or whatever. I just think it's interesting. Okay, let me flip the camera. We really will get started this time. Okay, so here's another application. Oh, and the deck that I'll be using is the You Are Magic Tarot Cards and Guidebook by Soleia. And I had to have some blue tape on the cover because some people just can't handle nudity in cards. So getting back to the question, might be a good application. I realized that there's a friend of mine in my past who we follow each other on Facebook. You know, we were tight. We were thicker than thieves. I mean, I considered her my best friend for a long period of time. I was never really quite sure if I was her best friend. I think there were times when she had secret jokes about me to other people because but I was so naive, maybe I didn't catch on quite. But there was that possibility. And then years later, I always remembered her fondly. I always really liked her a lot. And I think I found her on Facebook, and so we just, you know, stayed in touch that way. And then I invited her out. My husband and I invited her out when we had our other home, and we were like planning a nice big weekend and barbecue and all that. And then she never showed. And, you know, she said she was sorry, but something came up. And then, you know, we never extended an invitation because I sort of like got the hint maybe. I don't know. I'm stupid. But now recently I saw that she's fell on hard times, like really hard times, as in it looks like maybe she had a stroke or she had some type of devastating health crisis. And she's living now in a facility not far from where I live. And I really feel like I really would like to see her, you know, or I'd like to reach out to her. But I'm not really sure how she feels. And so if I reach out to her, I'd honor whatever she said, and I would or would not go depending on how she felt. My question is, should I even reach out? You know, should I even reach out? So I'm going to lay some cards, and we're going to see. This, you know, is a decent application of the cards to help us understand what we ought to do. Now, in case this read is vague, the one way that I always know what the correct thing is to do for myself is the pendulum. And I've done demonstrations readings on pendulums, and it's probably in the divination playlist. You know, just go through that if you're interested. Okay, so we have 6 cups. So that's oh, come on. What am I going to say? What's everybody know I'm going to say? 6 is a perfect number of the heart. So that kind of feels like an affirmation, right? Now we have a little baby being presented, because that would be good news. Most people would see that as good news, right? But if I disregard the baby, because neither one of us is having a baby, it's just maybe a presentation or a gift from our youth, you know, to see her. You know, I think I take that as an affirmation. But let's see what the other cards might suggest as to, like, you know, what could be the gist of the, you know, 6 7. Now this is the second video in a row, I think, where 6 7 has played a part, right? So I think that's kind of funny. But so we have 7 of coins or pentacles. Of well-being. Both of these cards could be seen as well-being. I'm sorry, these cards are sticking together a little bit. 10 of Cups. Okay, so, and a fulfillment. It could be a fulfillment coming full circle with the friendship, maybe. Let's just see what else we have here. The Devil. I'm not sure how that plays into it. Front and center of the core 9, we have Justice. So Justice coming after the Devil. And then bringing order. Another 8, which of course Justice is. Let's see how they see it. Well, they see it as 11, but it's 8. We all know that Justice is really 8. So another card calling to mind justice for me, is I'm the one who's interpreting the cards. So I wonder if there's something that needs to get settled. I wonder if there's something to settle. I don't know. Another 8. Wow. And we have a little bit of the Utis Picard, you know, organization. Now, I think Utis Picard organized the 10s this way. But I think it's interesting nonetheless. So we have 2 8s, one of swords, one of batons, both 8. This, which I associate which 8 with, which it isn't, but I don't care. I associate it with 8. So it's like really interesting. The numbers are fascinating me. And another 8. Look at that. Wow. What was this one? I forget what. This was 10, right? Yeah, this was 10. 6 7 10. The Devil. Justice, which I see as 8, but it's in this deck it's 11. I'll count it as 11 when I do the quints. So when 8, 8, and 8. So weird. And then we have the Empress, which the spread begins and ends kind of with a suggestion of fertility or a baby, right? A baby coming forth. And then the Empress, which in this deck kind of suggests, you know, like birth, right? Birthing. So I wonder what this begins and ends with the same suggestion. I wonder if has slipped in her mind a little bit. I wonder, and then it kind of makes me wonder, maybe she won't even remember me, I don't know. Or maybe there will be something about her that's really innocent or really young. Well, that's interesting. Now the question is, like, should I reach out to her? And none of the card, well, the Devil, you know, the Devil could be a suggestion of, you know, maybe leave things alone. But I don't get the sense that the Devil is because anybody's evil or anything. I think maybe the Devil is to, like, fix something with all these 8s, is to restore balance. So maybe a little bit like what I mentioned earlier was that I sometimes thought maybe she was like, had like a, maybe she talked against me because do you remember the reading I did a while back? Some of you who follow me regularly probably remember, where I did a read on a former boyfriend who broke my heart on my birthday. Oh my God, I was so in love with him. He was probably the first and last time I truly would use the expression that I fell in love. Because after that, I have loved deeply, don't get me wrong, and I've loved both my husbands, but that was the last time I allowed myself to ever like fall in love. like where I just let it all, I just was so in love, right? She was the one who told me she saw him with another woman. I wonder if it was true. There's like there's something here that suggests some kind of like restoring something or fixing something. It could be something restoring something from our youth. It could be that. That's very interesting. I was just looking for an affirmation as to whether or not it would be a good idea to reach out. But now I'm wondering if it would be a really good idea to reach out, because maybe there's some kind of thing to fix. I've never done anything against her. Definitely not. I wonder. That is really interesting. Huh. Okay, let me add up to get the quints. This is my signature spread. For those of you who are not familiar, I do have a tutorial on my signature spread that if you're interested in, go find the tutorial. And if you can't find the tutorial, then ask me and I'll put it in the descriptive area. I'll put the link to the tutorial video in the descriptive area down below. Thank you. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. For the overall quint card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So life goes on, things go on, it doesn't show us necessarily the way the wheel is turning, does it? It could be argued either way. It could be argued that it's turning either way. So just the idea or the concept of life goes on, obla-dee, obla-da, or needing a change, or that's the way it goes, right? And we have a couple shapes in the read that do kind of look cyclical or like a wheel, even though they're the number 8. Among the other quint cards, we have in the top row I know these cards are kind of hard to see. So we have the 6 of Cups, and I'm sure you remember everything I said as I was laying the cards. And we have the 7 of Coin. And then I think, was this another 6? Oh, this was the 10. This was the 10 of Cups. And then at the end of that spread, we have a card of deception. We have, or not deception, or a little bit of a trick or a con, right? Certain manipulation, a certain amount of manipulation, which is interesting in the context of what I said. Like, I was aware that she had some kind of, because I caught her one night when she invited me over for, I don't know, dinner or something. I considered her my best friend. And then she invited another friend over. So there was the 3 of us. And I guess I was like out of the room, and I came back into the room, and she was mocking me. She was mocking me. But then it was like brushed over, or like kind of like pretending it was something else. But it always stuck with me. It always stuck with me. And then when the one gentleman the one that I was so in love with, she told me that she saw him with another woman. Interesting. So I don't have any reason not to believe her in that, because he did break up with me shortly thereafter. He did break up with me. He dumped me on my birthday, if you recall. But I wonder if there's more to the story than that. Because when I got to this row, and I wasn't really even thinking along those lines, as I was, just laying the cards, my brain was already formulating that there was something to fix, something to make right? There was like some kind of something that needed to be fixed, something that had to be rectified or whatever. And then we have the Hanged Man. So this could be something that's a consequence, like something, having paid for a consequence. But I don't think either of us have paid for any consequences. So maybe it's just something that's just been hanging around. Maybe it's just something that's been in suspension, like our friendship. Our friendship's been in suspension for decades. And I've like reached out, but I just got the impression that she's not interested. And, I guess I'm answering my own question. I just feel bad because I know that she's really, really fell on hard times. And she really looks like she's suffering. And she meant a lot to me. She really did. But she meant more to me than I meant to her, apparently. And that's without the cards. I kind of figured that out already. But I guess this is just representative that our friendship's been in suspension for a long time. And maybe get it going. Because we do see a few wheel cards. We do see rectifying. Maybe she even wants to say she's sorry. I doubt it because I'm not sure she's in the capacity of being able to do that. I can't assume that. But it does seem with the Sun card down here, another disc, right? It does seem like there's a sense of enlightenment or things being made clear. Or, it ends, these few rows end with the Sun card. So maybe it's just kind of like, maybe it will give us a happy ending if I reach out to her and I'm able to see her. I don't know if she'll respond, but maybe, I think maybe the cards are suggesting that I do reach out. And then she may not respond at all, but on my part, maybe I should reach out. Because maybe there's something from our youth, right? Begins and ends with very young. Now, we weren't babies. We were young adults. We were, in our early 20s. So we were practically babies. And maybe there's just something to rectify or something to fix or something to just get back on track. So yeah, I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to do it today. And this is a great use of tarot to help you understand something. But if I wasn't going to get an easy answer or a clear answer with tarot, whenever it's yes or no, relating to something within myself personally, it's got to be me personal. I can't answer a question for somebody else, only for myself. I'll use the pendulum, which works perfectly for me. It's just a great tool. It's a great tool, the pendulum, for finding out what I really want to do. Until next time, friends, peace, stay well, be brave, be kind.